Welcome back, friends. LostScarf here, and it's time for more Miles Edgeworth Ace Attorney Investigations voice LP, so let's get going. There's no trace of this room's fireplace being used. And your point is? Smoke was supposedly pouring out of the chimney connected to this fireplace. Oh, that voice ain't there right now. At least according to Larry. This is a contradiction of facts, is it not? Are you sure he wasn't just disoriented or something up on that roof? There is testimony from an investigator that puts Larry at this particular chimney. So no, I don't think it was a mistaken impression on Larry's part. On the other hand, the fireplace in the next room was being used at the time. Where do you suppose this smoke from that fireplace went? Ah, I see. So what you are proposing is this. Smoke that came from that chimney was actually from Miss Oldback's fire. So basically the fireplaces of neighboring rooms share one chimney. Is that what you're implying? Well, that's a good one. Precisely. Undershirt next door. So since they share the same chimneys, maybe... The lady's undershirt that Missile found?
Why are you getting all excited over holding it to onto a lady's undergarment? Miles Edgeworth, you uncouth sea slug? If you know the owner of said undershirt, then hurry up and return it to her already.
You have it all wrong. This is evidence. And the owner of this piece of evidence was in the room next door. And yet, despite that, Missile found it in the fireplace of this room. This lady's undershirt?
Are you seriously claiming that it somehow passed through a solid brick wall?
Not quite. The fireplace in this room is connected to a chimney. The other fireplace in the other room is also connected to the same chimney, leading us to the possibility that the two fireplaces are connected to each other.
Perhaps a closer look at the back of the fireplace is in order.
Frickin' birds up there still. There's an X on the back of the wall of the fireplace. Let's see if I can't get a better look at it.
What in the...
The wall separating this room's fireplace from the next room's fireplace apparently turns. As I suspected, this fireplace does indeed connect this room to the neighboring room. I think I'm starting to sound like Pink Panther all of a sudden.
The neighboring room?
There appears to be nothing particular about the next room. But the fact that there is nothing special about the next room isn't what's important. It's the fact that there's a secret passageway through this room's fireplace. If Larry came down, wouldn't he just landed right there in the middle thing if it was like that, and then bam, there goes his nuts?
We now know that the fireplace connects the two rooms. But how exactly is that significant? You aren't going to suddenly name the old lady as Damas 2's killer now, are you?
No, she couldn't move at all because of her stiff hip. So she could not have been the one. Unfortunately, I believe that this fireplace has nothing whatsoever to do with Damas 2's murder. Investigation complete. It would appear that the answer has made itself unknown. Making quite a confident face there, Mr. Prosecutor. Bring it on. I'm ready to counter any argument you may have. Very well, then. If you're unprepared, I'll show you exactly where my deductions have led me. Good, I'm counting on you, Edgy. Leave it to me, Larry. My first attack will be to expose your lie for what it really is. My lie? I know that there is still something you are keeping from the rest of us. What's wrong with you? Why is it you won't believe me no matter what I say, Edgy? Curse you. I should just hurry up and die already if that's how it's gonna be. I'll confess to every murder in the whole world and then kill myself. And throw everything into mass confusion. You made some wonderful friends as a child, I see. Larry, I only have one thing to say to you. Even if you make that face at me, it's no use. A man who's ready to die is strong-willed, you know. Larry, it doesn't matter what sort of harebrained trouble you've caused. I only ask that you unless they do not lie to me. If you cause an innocent person to be judged unfairly because of some insipid lie, I will never forgive you. Edgy. Although allow me to say that I consider you to be among the innocent in this case. That I will draw the real killer out. You can trust me on this. Alright, this time I'll tell you the whole truth, okay? What happened, what didn't happen, the works. Just what happened will do. Now then, if you would please testify as to what you did up on the roof tonight. What the hell? I thought we were going after the other guy. Up on the rooftop, old sick Nick. After the show, I left the push cart in the rose garden and came into the embassy. Then they took a picture of me shaking hands with the ambassador. After that, and until my next appearance, I had some free time, so I wandered around. That's when I spotted the chimney. A chimney like that is a rare thing, you know? So then I wanted to play Santa and decided to give it a try. Larry, I thought I just finished telling you not to lie anymore. But it's kinda ultra embarrassing. And what exactly is so ultra embarrassing that you can't tell me? Edgy man, I just said it was embarrassing, so of course I can't just blurt it out. You're just gonna have to reason it out of me.
As your superior, I command you to hurry up and expose this man's lie.
I have every intention to, for I'm not about to let us waste time on such a trifling matter. Okay. Up on the roof. Top. Press. You left the pushcart? Could you please clarify that statement for me? So the wheels on the pushcart got covered in dirt from the rose garden. It would have made a mess of the floor inside, so Ambassador Alba said to just leave it. Well, it would be rather impolite to dirty another country's embassy. Come to think of it, I recall seeing the Pink Princess on my way into the embassy. And what was she doing? Nothing particular, because she was being carried by some dogs on a stretcher. She must have been incapacitated by the pain of her bad hip that she suffered during the show. So I came into the embassy, right? And then... I think he touched the statue. So you shook hands with the ambassador of the Kingdom of Alabas, did you? Yeah, can you believe it? I did something really cool for a change. But honestly speaking, there's nothing interesting about shaking some guy's hand. Hey there, are you disrespecting other country and their very own embassy?
As someone with roots in this country, I'm feeling nothing but incredible shame at this second.
She does? Agreed. I apologize for his inconsiderate words. Now, Larry, please continue. I thought they were from Germany. What is with all of you? You keep saying that kind of thing and I'll tell you only lies. You're already telling us nothing but lies, so let it go and move on. Alright, already. You don't need to glare at me like that, Edgy. I know everyone would have preferred I did Shaggy's voice for this guy, but I never knew that voice. I think when the first game with Larry, it was like Shaggy. I'm like, I don't know how to do that voice, and so we've never done that voice. Larry, I want you to listen very carefully and take this to heart. The whole point of your life is to cause misery and pain to everyone you encounter. I know! I get it, I'm totally the bad guy again. I thought you were his friend. Don't you think that was a bit harsh? Like she says, true friends are bosom friends. If you're in trouble, call on your bosom friend, whose shoulders you can truly cry on. Hey, bosom buddy, I hope you're listening carefully to my testimony. Has it crossed your pea-sized brain yet that Agent Lang is only out to rescue Larry? Now then, you were wandering around inside the embassy, and then what happened? I should hardly think that chimneys are that rare.
Agreed, especially since they are a traditional feature of American homes.
We are in Japan, though. Plus, many grand buildings have even larger and fancier chimneys. Yeah, but the kind of chimney I'm talking about is this really romantic type. A romantic chimney? It might sound kind of silly, but women seem to really enjoy them. Oh, he was gonna go down the chimney to get to the Pink Princess, not knowing it was Old Bag. I just had a good feeling about that chimney. That's what it was. He was trying to bang Old Bag, thinking it was the other lady. You suddenly wanted to play Santa? Oh, well, actually, I dressed up as Santa once before already. That was down at Gourd Lake. Good. I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't dredge up such unnecessary memories of me. For me. I think that was a previous game, wasn't it? Was that Phoenix 2? I think it was Phoenix 2. Sounds like you guys share a lot of history. A perk to being childhood friends, huh? Besides, it's not a felony to dress up and play Santa, you know. Santa doesn't go around killing people after he comes down a family's chimney, after all. Unless it's Silent Night, Deadly Night. Actually, it is worth delving into whether or not playing Santa's a big deal. Yep, we know it is. Actually, I believe in the case of this man, playing Santa is actually quite a big deal. Are you saying that your buddy isn't exactly made of Santa-quality stuff? Precisely. You hit the nail on the head, Agent Lang. Hey, Agent! That's so incredibly mean! Tell me something, Larry. Did you know that Santa's job is to deliver presents to people all over the world? Of course I know that. I did graduate from junior high, you know. In that case, it's your turn to tell me something. I want you to tell me to whom you were delivering a present to. I was, delivering a present to a child not basking in the glow of love. That must be the most elegant, description of you I've ever heard, but it is a lie. But a lie is still a lie. You sure know how to kick a guy when he's down, you know that? In any case, the person you wish to deliver a present onto was certainly this. Oh, the Pink Princess, but who the hell is this? That's Damas too? Damn, that is a round boy. Ex-security lady. I believe her real name is in Wendy Eldbag. Oh my god. Interesting taste you have there, Mr. Suspect. Don't spread lies about me. I totally didn't want to see Miss Oldbag so much that I'd try to go down the chimney. I advise you to stop right there in your bashing of a lady. Well, I must admit that I myself hardly ever have the want to run into that lady. However, what if you were misinformed and under the wrong impression? Then what? Define wrong impression. I simply mean that the man before you thought to enter the old lady's room without knowing one very important fact. That fact is best summed up with this. Larry, I'd like for you to take a look at this piece of evidence. No way! But it's not really all that important, is it? It's always like this. You acting so high and mighty and then you bully me. That's why I refuse to look at it. Be quiet and just take a look. Well, if you say so, Francie. But only because you say so. Some people never change, even if their attitudes do change at the whim of a woman. So what's up with that anyway? Why is it's proof that you never even knew existed, of course. Oh, is that all? Well, I don't need it right now, so I'll just give it back to you. What? I've got you on the ropes now, don't I? Was that piece of evidence unrelated to the question at hand? Oh, okay. Now you think through this one more time. They didn't know one very important fact when he tried to sneak in the old bat's room. So that wasn't the one? Alright. Oh, I did the wrong one. Mindy, this one. Oops. This is something the old lady received from her employer for the night. The girl who normally plays the Pink Princess, Mindy, was it again? It seems that this man is quite taken with that actress. But that's not true, Edgy. She's the one with the hots for me. I just know it. I can feel her sexy beam piercing my heart when she's watching me. Sexy beam, I tell you.
You filthy, despicable, inconsiderate, fickle, idiotic, cowardly apparition of a man. You haven't matured at all since we last met.
Hey, Mr. Prosecutor.
Yes?
This guy, he's got bigger problems than just getting involved in murders, I take it.
I suppose you could put it that way.
Hey, what the heck, man? I don't get you guys at all. Why do you have to make me out to be some sort of bad guy?
To return to the original topic, I propose that at least this much has been made clear. Without any knowledge that Miss Mindy had fallen ill, Larry tried to make his way into the Pink Princess's room. That much we know for sure.
Hey, Edgy, looks like I've got the hang of this court thing now.
But we're not in court at the moment.
Shut up! I see what's going on here, and it looks just like what you do in court. I guess old boy here still has something he'd like to say. Like she says, until the root of the tongue dries, one never knows the whole truth. You shouldn't form conclusions until everything is out in the open, which is why I'll listen. Alright, then get ready to listen to me defeat Edgy in a battle of wits.
Larry, have you forgotten that should I lose, the victory prize will be your arrest?
That's not good. Larry's assertion. So you think that all I wanted to do was go visit Mindy? Well, I dressed up as Santa and climbed up to the chimney, but the smoke was really thick. It was a case of mistaken identity, and that mistake made me late for the speech. Then to top it all off, I became a suspect in the murder. That's what you really meant. But why would I ever put myself through so much humiliation on purpose? Huh? Hey, someone say something.
Larry, are you seriously trying to submit this? Not as a confession, but as testimony?
So what if I am? Is there something wrong with it? My claim is a claim, claiming my claim. Do you have a problem with that?
So it was you! You're my stalker. But I should have warned you, it doesn't matter what kind of flattery you throw at me. I'm the devoted type of woman who's wholly focused on one man. As long as Edgeworth's alive, I can't just drop him and be unfaithful. No, I can't. The temptation, love for my people, stay completely true to my beloved.
I'm so inspired.
You're such an inconsiderate, cowardly, idiotic, and all around completely worthless man.
I thought I heard something ominous just now, but perhaps it was just my imagination.
I believe there's nothing further for me to prove at this point.
What do you mean? Of course you still got something to prove. You still have to show some proof that I was trying to meet up with Mindy.
Proof, you say?
Remember, Edgy, everything is evidence in court, right?
You mean evidence is everything in court, Larry? But I understand your point.
Yeah, see? I'm totally pro with this now.
Very well, if you wish to see the evidence, then let me show you the last piece of evidence you'll ever wish to see.
Rebuttal, Larry's assertion. Alright.
Alright. Well, I have been saying that for a while now. After all, it's not that then, for what other reason did you wish to go down that chimney?
You can't say that without any evidence. That's against the rules, Edgy. Thanks for keeping the prosecutor in line for me, Mr. Suspect.
I have the evidence, and if you wish to see it that badly, I can introduce you to. But it's not good to keep them waiting, my subordinate. Hurry and show them already.
Lies, all lies, Edgy.
Well, if you wish to lie, then by all means continue. Because I'm ready to expose your lie at a moment's notice.
You won't get the better of me. Now let's see.
Was the smoke coming from the chimney really that thick?
You bet. It was so thick I had tears pouring out of my eyes. It was a mess.
I see. You do realize that you've just confirmed for us your chimney escapade?
What? That's totally unfair. You tricked me, Reggie.
Hardly. You simply have yet to master how to counter this cross-examination technique.
Well, what I just said was a slip of the... No, I mean, I said the wrong thing. Besides, isn't this what you really meant to say about what I did tonight? I'm not quite sure how you could mistake that actress for this lady.
Oh, Edgy Poo, are you staring at me? Are you finally succumbing to my feminine charms?
I should think that the Steel Samurai is the one who should know all about your charms. What? Me? Edgy, what are you trying to do to me? Nothing, simply that the Steel Samurai and Pink Princess are husband and wife.
Is my poor little Edgy Poo jealous?
If you could please drop that line of discussion right this instant. But Edgy, I told you I already have Mindy. Speaking of Mindy, exactly what kind of woman would you say she is? Edgy, are you seriously telling me you don't know who the Mindy is? She's just like what her name means. She's super sweet with a great smile. I don't mean to brag, but she's one of the troop's fastest rising stars. Interesting. Yeah. So you're saying a woman like that is what made you late to the speech? Huh? Curse you too! Why is everyone out to make a suspect out of me? Look, all I can say is this. I was late to the speech. That says Mindy, not Wendy. That says Mindy, not Wendy. Okay. That says Mindy, not Wendy. Alright, okay. That's the evidence. That's the evidence. Now I get it. Like, isn't that his handwriting? Yeah, it is. Hold it. I suppose you might be correct in a small way. What do you mean by that?
Besides being a suspect in the murder, there are quite a few other things you're a suspect of.
Not you too, Francie.
You tried to stalk me, but I won't let you intimidate me like that.
Look, I already told you, Miss Oldbag. I wasn't after you. I was trying to see Mindy. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, can I just arrest this guy already? I completely understand how you feel, Agent Lang. Wait, please listen to what I have to say. You have a serious assertion to make? Then I'd consider listening, however. No problem, I'm gonna put all I've got into this, so listen good, okay? I put myself through so much humiliation on purpose. Larry, this is the final point you wish to make? You got it. I've called on all the energy I have and told it to you and with all my soul. In that case, allow me to take that soul and break it. Huh?
Yes, we'll stamp it out. Stab it under our feet until it's been ground to a fine powder.
A fine powder? Okay, old hag. Eek! If you really put all your soul into that, then you're ready for what's coming, right? In place of the honorable Larry, I offer my soul to you. Larry, come out from behind there and face this like a man. You're scary, my liege. This whole testimony is one giant confession of all that he's done tonight. He's practically begging me to show why he bothered to put himself through all of this. Descending. There, let's just put it up. This is where it is, not earlier. Larry, don't even think about denying that you have knowledge of this letter. Hey! Why are you showing me that thing to me?
Wendy, I'll be descending on you from above tonight, your loving knight. Well, isn't that just romantic?
But you weren't able to descend on her from above, were you, Mr. Loving Knight? I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't remember a thing. You can pretend to be ignorant of all you'd like, but it's written right there. This letter proves that you were not out to meet the old lady, but rather that you were attempting to pay Miss Mindy a visit. What part of this letter shows that the person Larry had intended to meet was Mindy? Right up here. Not me, that's an I. Larry, I suggest you take up penmanship lessons. That is, if you never wish to experience this level of embarrassment ever again. Whoa, what the heck? What are you talking about? Speak English. You wrote "Love Mindy" so sloppily that it became Wendy to the average eye. Hey, stop picking on me. It's so embarrassing. There, isn't that what childhood friends are for? They're the best, aren't they? For punching? But that will have to wait until we're off of this crime scene. Edgy, save me from the scary man. Sure, if you're willing to make amends, starting with your incredibly embarrassing mistake. That wasn't me. Come again. It's a fake. Someone's out to get me, so they made that fake letter. To set me up.
Accept your defeat graciously.
But you guys are being so mean. Penmanship analysis? What's that?
No matter who, all people have certain unique features to their writing.
Ergo, all we have to do is compare the handwriting of this letter to a sample of yours. And we'll know soon enough who it was that sent this letter. I'll never write another thing in my life.
Tisk, tisk, tisk.
It's no use, Mr. Loving Knight. For you've already graciously provided me with a sample of your handwriting. Right here. This autograph and our mystery letter. Whoops. If we compare the handwriting, we'll know the answer to our question soon enough. Ooh. Confess now, Larry, to your miserable failure. I'm sorry. I did it. It was me causing trouble again. I admit it. You hit the nail right on the head, Edgy. So he finally confesses. I saw the Pink Princess being carried around in a stretcher and got worried, alright? Wanted to go into Mindy's room, but the doctors wouldn't let me in. So what choice did I have? It was a chimney or bust, Edgy.
Your mind jumped from the door to the chimney. What a criminally overactive imagination.
Well, at least I was honest, and wrote Mindy a letter and stuck it under the door. That way she wouldn't be so shocked when I came down through the chimney. Except for the fact that the letter was under utter failure at conveying said sentiment. Sentiment. I'm really, really sorry. Larry, you may be a shameful, no good-for-nothing blight on the face of humanity. However, I always knew you weren't the killer. I told you to trust me. Because at the very least, I can attest that about you. Edgy, you're...
We've lost a lot of valuable time because of you. In any case, I believe we can say that we now know exactly what happened. Mr. Larry Butts sought to climb down the chimney. Not for access to the crime scene, but enter the room of the elderly lady next door.
Great job, Mr. Prosecutor. Although I still find it a bit unbelievable that the two of you are friends. But the suspicion on that guy over there isn't completely resolved yet, so don't get any funny ideas about running off, okay? Oh, hey, what? Edgy, what does the Wolfman mean when he says I'm not off the hook yet? He means the murder weapon. Larry, did you forget? There are 2 layers of suspicion hanging over your head. That's exactly what I mean. We can't only rely on the words of the suspect after all. We may have figured out where he was and what he was doing all night. But the blood-stained samurai sword that was left at the crime scene. As long as there is no satisfactory explanation for that, this wolf will refuse to ease up on his bite. Edgy, that guy, he looks like he's seriously about to take a bite out of me. I'm well aware, and you should be as well, that this upcoming battle will be crucial. Thanks to the cooperation of our lovely bumbler, I've been dealt a very nice hand and a sweet trump card. Looks like we're about to enter the final bout. Now, Mr. Prosecutor, let's see what you've got. I can easily point out the contradiction in the supposed murder weapon. But the real problem for me is figuring out what the real murder weapon is. This will be a high-stakes gamble. But this is one game I can't afford to lose. Alright, now it's them fighting. Why Larry? I was the one who found the body of the victim to Mask 2. Besides him was the samurai sword, glittering red and offering up the scent of blood. It was supposed to be in the Steel Samurai's dressing room, but I found it here instead. Plus, I found the murder weapon's owner, the suspect Larry Butts, in here too. Isn't that a bit far-fetched to accuse someone simply on the basis of ownership? But this owner wanted to sneak into the crime scene. I think that's plenty to go on, don't you? If you're alluding to his reason for being by the chimney, we've already established that. Hold on there, Mr. Prosecutor. You two are longtime friends, right? Who's to say you didn't fabricate the evidence to give him an alibi? You're accusing me of fabricating evidence? You think I can believe anything you produce? Forging evidence is all you prosecutors do. This man has some serious issues with prosecutors. But come on, I can't think of something as complicated as that, right, Edgy? Larry, I can agree because I know you and your personality well. However, Agent Lang knows nothing about you, or me for that matter. I sense his hatred for my entire profession emanating from his entire being. Meaning that the only way I can prove Larry's innocence is to present irrefutable evidence. Alright, here we go, we're Larry. My Larry. Press. So you were the first to discover the body this time? This time? What's that supposed to mean? You better watch what you say. Only said this time because earlier Kay was the first to discover the body in Babal. And your secretary, Agent Sheena, was ready to accuse her of murder too. Of murder for that too. Huh, so are you going to use that excuse to call me suspicious now? Of course not. I was simply pointing out the usual pattern with discoverers of bodies. But in the Babalese case, there's proof that she was holding the weapon, right? Well, in this one, it's a bit different since we know exactly where the weapon is. Excuse me, but glittering red and offering up the scent of blood? Do I have to spell it out for you? I mean the sight and smell of blood, of course. According to the test, the blood on the sword belongs to the victim. The sword was made to only be used on stage, so it's not sharp. But it is pretty weighty. It's certainly heavy enough to beat someone to death with. Which leads me to suspect that the victim was beaten to death with the sword. Beaten to death, huh? This last statement is too important to just let slip by. Beside him was the samurai sword covered in the victim's blood. So the sword is covered in the victim's blood? Yeah, the lab results confirm that the blood on the sword matches the victim's. But the sword is as dull as a vanilla envelope. That was a vanilla envelope? He means a manila envelope? It's just a stage prop after all. The Steel Samurai is all about safety first, so you can't use it like a real sword. The Steel Samurai has spoken. Meh. The Pink Princess also picks up something she'd like to petition to you personally. What the Pink Princess would like to say can wait for the day after eternity. Anyway, my point is that even though the sword is too dull to slice with, it's certainly heavy enough to bludgeon someone to death with. Therefore, I suspect he beat the victim to death with the thing. About this samurai sword, have you received a report from forensics yet? They confirmed that the blood on the sword belongs to the victim. Alright, but have they confirmed that the outline of his wound is consistent with the weapon? Tell me something. Do you see the dead body right there in front of you? So if they were conducting the autopsy right now, shouldn't that body not be here? Well, I suppose so. Guess they must still be investigating this room. meaning that it's possible he doesn't know about that piece of evidence' true nature. Anything else you'd like to chit-chat about? No? Good. Now let's continue. Larry has already testified that he forgot the samurai sword here. Yeah, I was shaking hands with the ambassador in here and I left it behind by accident. So what? You lied earlier, so who's to say that this excuse isn't just another lie? Good point. But I forget stuff all the time, right, Edgy? Tell him. Why don't you tell him yourself?
You see? What did I tell you earlier? No one will buy such a pathetic, weak excuse.
Yes, well, I know that it's not possible to prove such an excuse as truth. And yet you offer it up as fact. You're a worse person than I originally thought. You're free to think what you'd like. Or if I know that Larry is not the killer. Agent Lang, please continue with the argument. I'll expose the flaw in it soon enough. Plus I found the murder weapon's owner, so okay. Just because he is the owner of the weapon, therefore he must be the killer, is it? No, climbing all the way up to the chimney is plenty suspicious in my book as well. Oh damn, my throat. Regarding that, I have already drawn the truth out. The truth is one thing I don't bend. It doesn't matter if it's you or whoever. You prosecutors are all the same. And as for me, prosecutors are the one thing I don't trust in.
An agent who doesn't trust prosecutors? What are you playing at?
Sorry, sis. But there are only two things I trust. My subordinates and the evidence at the crime scene. Agent Lang hates prosecutors. But as long as he trusts evidence that has been left at a crime scene, then there's something I can show him that he can believe in. It's simply not possible that Steel Samurai is the real murder weapon. Steel Samurai sword. So I should focus on proving that point to Agent Lang first. Try this. Bastion knife? Nah, I failed. Agent Lang, about this piece of evidence. Lang, she says, confidence is like a soul, and words without confidence are but empty shells. You shouldn't waste your breath on words you have no confidence in, Mr. Prosecutor. Although it's just as bad to say something in full confidence and be wrong. Oh. I don't need to be overflowing with self-confidence, I just need to think rationally. After all, I only need to be confident in the facts. Okay, alright, okay, I'm not sure what it is. So let's scum save a second, and once we figure it out right now, we'll stop there, I guess. Okay, how about the bent weapon? Yes? Oh, it is! Oh, thank God. Alright, there we go. Okay, we'll stop there. And next time, we're going to present him that bent thing right there. Okay, so there we go. Found the right one. So that right there is the game for now. I had fun. Hope you have fun watching. That's what's up, having fun. Thanks for coming by, and see you next time.